Hello Wargamers and welcome back to Ultimate General Civil War, the Battle of Gettysburg. I think we're still on day one, but we're coming to the evening and we have been told to withdraw back to Cemetery Ridge. So we've got to do kind of a strategic withdrawal. We're completely outnumbered at the moment. We've got the Iron Brigade being attacked by two brigades here, and also Jones with his guns. We've got a few skirmishers to support, but we are going to have to pull back or we're going to lose Gettysburg, which is the big town down here, and Cemetery Ridge Hill, which is what we've got to hold on to. We do hold the ridges along here, both McPherson's, Oak Ridge and Seminary Ridge currently, but with the enemy bearing down on us in massive numbers and about to probably charge us, we are going to have to start withdrawing. You can see the massive battle that's occurred over here with all the dead bodies in the open from the rebels that have been trying to attack our positions. And also here, look at all the artillery shells that have been dropping and all the death and destruction in and around this area. We've got some cavalry over here, which I'm just trying to disengage because I've been kind of just hassling their artillery in the back lines as best I can. And I might actually use my skirmishers to just hassle these guys real quick, and I'm going to start to pull the Iron Brigade back. We're going to need some help from these skirmishers just to hassle the enemy again, and we're going to need to get some brigades into Gettysburg to defend that position. We've got 3 hours of in-game time to defend these positions. 3 hours is quite a long time in the game. So, in fact, we've already got a charge here on Edwards, which I didn't notice, so we're going to need these skirmishers just to try and push that back. And this is really what I wanted my cavalry for. My cavalry are right over on the other side. So we've got our guns all firing down on here, so they should be okay. So we're going to have to just push this guy back, and then we're going to start pulling Edwards out of that defensive position. Just got to get rid of this attack here first. We have got Bubblebox here as well, so he's going to be helping, and these guys should be keeping these guys back with their canister. Okay, let's begin. The Iron Brigade are going to be falling back here, hopefully without taking too much damage. We're going to have Devlin just skirmish. We're going to have Gamble skirmish these guns. Hopefully my cavalry have disengaged. Indeed they have. I'm going to pull these back now to help out back on the front lines for counter-charging. Now I'm well worried. Oh, they are charging actually pretty heavy. They're charging all of our positions. So actually they've disengaged from Edwards. That gives me the chance to just pull Edwards, get him out of that position, and just tell him to retreat back. And we're going to send our skirmishers over here. In fact, no, we'll send our skirmishers here. We've got to pull. Actually, we just tell Force to. Yeah, let's get him out of his defensive position. Tell him to withdraw, and we're going to start getting. Guns could cover him. We'll leave those two guns, and we'll get Rude. Actually, Rude's got the howitzers, hasn't he? Wow, it's really hard to disengage from battles sometimes, as it probably would be in reality, I suppose, without losing too many units. So probably we'll disengage Appler first. So we'll tell him to fall back, and we'll leave Berry and Hubbard for now, but really I'm concerned more, let's just restart, about this position here. So Force has got to fall back. Let's just try to skirmish a little bit. Edwards needs to keep falling back, which he's doing, and the Iron Brigade need to keep falling back, and the skirmishers you can see they're going straight for the town, so we need to, and these guys have actually routed, so we need to get the Iron Brigade into the town. And we need someone else in the town, and all I can think of doing at the moment is getting some skirmishers and putting them from the Iron Brigade into there as well, so they'll get into there quite quickly. Okay, hopefully we'll hold up these guys. So Force is back. Let's just keep withdrawing Edwards, get our skirmishers to come back, and we're going to have to start withdrawing our guns as well. Okay, I'm going to pause it for a second. This is just too hectic. Okay, we need to start pulling back. It looks like Beatty's needs to get him out of his defensive position, and then we'll pull him back. Hubbard needs to start pulling back. Everyone basically needs to start pulling back, and our guns need to come back. We're going to put Appler just to attack this guy. We need some sort of a withdrawal strategy. Okay, so Iron Brigade need to get in there really quickly. The Iron Brigade have got into here, and then these skirmishers can come back and just check watch on our flank. These skirmishers can actually stay there. They're hidden in those trees. We can use them later maybe. And Edwards can come down over here. He's got quite good condition. I'm tempted just to run him. Oh, he's already running, is he? Yeah, he's already running. Okay. Force I can't control because he's routed, but these guys have got to save, so we're going to bring them back. We'll leave Barton firing on these guys in the open because the enemy is all charging now, which is making it really difficult. So let's restart. Our cavalry are here, so we're going to try to use them, maybe bring them back. We're going to leave them in Gettysburg. So Gettysburg, okay, they've managed to get into some sort of a defensive position. We might actually be able to get, if we can get some, so these guys just to rout for a second. Oh, I can't control him. Get Bubblebox back. Okay, the guns are coming back. We need to keep withdrawing from this position if we can. Yeah, keep withdrawing. Okay, these guys can now just run back. Okay, I think I've saved most of the units. We could do with someone just being up here just to watch the retreat. Okay, we're managing to hit these guys from all directions, and I'm really hoping they'll rout. Oh my god, we've got a lot of units coming down here. Can we just... Where's the cavalry? Yeah, we'll just skirmish them a little bit on that side. Where's my cavalry? They are coming across. Because it looks like they're ignoring Gettysburg almost and going straight for the ridge, which is what we're meant to be defending, which makes sense, I guess, for the AI. Okay, they have been forced to turn and engage our skirmishers. That's going to delay them a little bit. This guy has routed, which is good. So the skirmishers can go and skirmish Daniel. Edwards, I'm just going to bring straight into the town. Double quick time. These guys, I think, are really low on... They're not low on condition. Why aren't they running? Because I haven't told you to run, that's why. Okay, so run, my friends. Appler, we need you back as well. Okay, luckily Force is engaging. Oh, Barton, you're way too close. Force, you're going to have to get into that forward defensive position. Let's get Bubblebox forward. Let's get Edwards into this division and disengage Iron Brigades and make sure they go and hook back up with their guys. Now then, cavalry are going to have to do a little bit of an attack onto Gordon because he's heading for the ridge. Okay, well, we just need to get these guns all the way back. Got to save the guns and the ammo. Berry's going to try and hold the enemy here in this position. Hubbard's going to go straight back to the ridge with Appler because they are trying to break through. Luckily we had these. We're just going to do a little bit of a charge, give them a boost. Try and do these guys some damage. We are wasting our cavalry a little bit, but we have got ourselves into some decent defensive position here now. We'll try and reposition Bubblebox into a better position. The Iron Brigade are taking a lot of damage, but all we've got to do is hold the enemy up while we get our units back into safety. So Hubbard is going to go and set up on point, on the right hand side of the town, and Appler is going to set up at the front of the ridge, sorry, and we're going to get all the guns back. Okay, so Ward's been broken, but he has delayed Gordon, which is the main thing. Now I'm worried that the Iron Brigade is going to get flanked, and we can start bringing, I think we should start bringing Force back now, so let's get him to withdraw. BC can keep firing there for a second, and we'll bring our guns back. Keep bringing the guns back. Got to delay them as long as possible though. The Iron Brigade's taken a bit of a pounding. Force actually broke when I took him out of that defensive position. I don't blame him. And you can see Gordon here still continuing to make his way. Let's get these guys back into cover, but we should be able to get Hubbard into this defensive position in time, although he does need ammo, so we're going to get our ammo truck up there as well. Going to get Barton maybe there to fire. We're going to keep where is he? Rude. Yeah, we're going to get him right up onto the ridge. And Calef as well behind him. The Iron Brigade's broken, so they're going to start falling back. Okay, this isn't a nice position, so we're going to pull him back as well. And the Iron Brigade does need to pull back. Let's get Force back as well. Okay. Iron Brigade needs to start to withdraw. I haven't got control on them at the moment, I'm afraid. Edward's holding up the whole army himself at the moment. Still haven't got control of the Iron Brigade. Now the thing is, where should we try and hold them? 2 hours in-game time still to hold out. I think we're just going to have to pull back to the ridge and hold there. Try not to lose too many units. Oh, I have control of the Iron Brigade now, so we can get them to start withdrawing. Edward's just going to stay for a second, and then we'll get him to start withdrawing. Okay, luckily we've got Hubbard into position, and we've got Gordon coming down the road. Let's just get some fire down and try and break Gordon and deal him a lot of damage. We'll send Aquia across into the trees. We'll send Perry across. Oh, we need to bring Edwards, start bringing Edwards back. Let's withdraw him. Keep withdrawing the Iron Brigade. Try and do Gordon a lot of damage before he gets reinforced. Oh, actually we've got units coming from this side as well. They're going quite quickly. Let's get BT up on the ridge. Keep Edwards, make sure he keeps withdrawing. Let's get General Bubblebox back. Iron Brigade are going to protect, going to come over here, have a little bit of a rest maybe and protect our left side. Berry's going to throw some fire down into Gordon. Okay, let's bring the cavalry back. I'd like to just push Gordon back. Berry's going to get flanked if he's not careful, so he's going to pull him back probably. Pull him back, okay. Let's get Edwards actually just to engage Avery for a second. Iron Brigade trying to get in position. We've got Cheer Caliph there. Who have we got in the front? Okay, let's hit them in the sides just for a second. Right, we've managed to break Gordon. That's what I wanted to do. So I'm actually going to put Hubbard into these trees. I'm going to put Appler there. We need someone on point. Berry, you'll do. You go on point there. And we'll get Edwards back. Just keep him withdrawing. They're coming through here now. Edwards is going to get surrounded, so we just need to get him out of there. We need to get these guns back as well. Rude, I want you close to the front lines. I want you to unlimber there. Caliph can go back a little bit. Berry's BT's already in position, so our guns are kind of where I want them. We've got Appler in these trees. We've got Hubbard in these trees. We've got Edwards. It's actually going to engage Avery here. Who's... Edwards is the one on point, isn't he? What? I thought there was a defensive position here at the front. Oh, maybe not. Okay, where's our other leader? Buford's here. We'll put him out on that side. So look at this massive units. We are completely still outnumbered. This is going to be quite difficult. Got an hour and 35 of in-game time. Where's my cavalry? Oh, I've still got my cavalry. So cavalry are going to be essential for counter-charging. Let's pull Edwards back into the compound. And then we just... He's not in cover actually. Let's pull Rude back a little bit. Oh, getting a bit cramped in here. Yeah, Edwards, that's a good position. Can you just stop there? Yeah, that's a nice position. That's a nice position. Well done. Did that himself. Fantastic. Hubbard, can you sneak forward just to get some fire onto this guy? Force. Are you actually engaging? I don't think you are, so you might as well just sit in this defensive position here. Okay, let's stop Barton there and unlimber him. And Caliph as well. And we've got our supply in the centre. Okay, it's all looking fairly nicely spaced out, but the big problem is they're going to start charging. Hopefully they haven't got a lot of condition. Probably the armies that come from the west haven't got a lot of condition, but certainly those armies that come from the north and the northwest are going to have condition, so they will start charging at some point. We've got 1 hour 21 minutes of in-game time to hold out on this on Cemetary Hill until the next day, I guess. So Hubbard's doing a good job on the right flank. Let's actually push Gordon back. And we really are relying on our... Oh, Berry's broken already in the centre. That's not good. Edwards, can you just get into that? defensive position there, thank you. So it seems we've got a bit of a problem on point here. Yeah, Edwards is already taking a lot of damage there. Beatty's firing there, Rude's firing down there, but no one's really firing at the front. I'm going to leave it as it is. I don't want to start rearranging our guns because they'll have to move around, and when they move around they stop firing for ages. And we really need these guns pounding away. Now I could move Hubbard out of cover to attack, or I could pull him back into the actual town, which is probably... Yeah, let's pull Hubbard back because he's not engaging. We can pull him back, and we've got Berry. Let's bring Berry across. So if Edwards has broken. I'll say if Edwards breaks, he did break. Let's run you forward really quickly. Take that point position again. I mean, it might be worth just not putting them on point, just putting them in the actual area so they can withdraw if they need to. I think I might do that. Sometimes these defensive positions are a bit glitchy. And they don't, although they kind of mean you get flanked quite easily. Let's bring Hubbard round as a reserve. So we've got to hold on to this flag. Berry's firing away. Let's get Edwards to support on this side. It's just the morale you have to watch. You can see the morale is increasing with Edwards as he's not in the battle. Berry's morale is not too bad at the moment, so we've got to keep the morale high. If we keep the morale high, they will hold position. How's the Iron Brigade doing? Pretty well on morale, so they should be okay. We've got Edwards up here now. I'm wondering if we can get him close enough to engage. Let's let his morale increase a bit. And we've got Hubbard coming around as well as another reserve. And his morale's getting up as well. Okay. Okay, 1 hour in-game time to survive this attack. You can see the enemy, they're getting ready to a charge, I'm sure. We've got Pettigrew coming forward. I've got some units out in the open here. I don't know who they're part of. I think they're part of Edwards' crew, I'm not sure. Okay. Now, Appler has gone there, so I'm going to move Hubbard forward into the trees. While Appler recovers. And we're going to have to keep rotating these brigades when their morale breaks. We're going to have to replace them with someone else. And that's going to become more and more difficult as the battle goes on. So how's Berry's morale? Berry's morale is actually holding up pretty well in those trees. We have got Edwards ready to take his position and his morale is increasing. And then we can bring Appler around while his morale recovers. So Hubbard's managed to get himself up into the trees and has started to engage. And you can see why the morale goes down so quickly on this side, because we've got 4 brigades attacking 1 over here. And he's even attacking O'Neill, he's not even attacking these guys. We have got a lot of artillery fire going down here though, and we have managed to break Gordon, who starts to move back as they are bringing their artillery up as well. So 46 minutes to hold out. Absolute ring of the enemy around us. Still managing to hold. Got to hold till nightfall apparently. These guns with their ammo truck here are saving the day. We're nearly out of supply. Still got 43 minutes. Luckily we've pushed 1 brigade back. We could do with pushing a few more back and breaking a few more of their units with our guns. Appler is getting back in position. His morale's increasing. Berry's morale is kind of surprisingly holding up very well. Iron Brigade is holding up. If they do a lot of damage to the enemy, their morale does actually increase. If they take a lot of losses, of course, then their morale decreases. Okay, so the guns still doing work. Hubbard opening up on O'Neill. Maybe he can make O'Neill break, I'm not sure. Avery will be back, but he's back into Gettysburg for the moment, as their guns start to open up on us from the rear. And the Iron Brigade's broken, so we're going to have to bring Appler over here. Run them into that defence position real quick. Still got Edwards. Edwards really is our only reserve now until the Iron Brigade recover. Appler has managed just about to get into that position, and he's going to need support. Luckily Edwards is opening up on Lane. Hopefully we can break Lane. He's right out in the open. Appler's managed to get, and if we can get the Iron Brigade back, which they're ready already, so let's just bring them back behind Appler. Now we haven't really got anything to reserve though. We've still got 30 minutes to hold out. I have got my cavalry to charge if we need to charge, just to hold them back. But we're definitely going to need those cavalry later on in the battle as well. As the guns continue to fire away, I hope we're all engaging. Yes, we are. Berry's broken. That's bad news. So we've kind of lost point, and we haven't really got anyone to replace him because he's engaged. We're going to have to bring the... this is bad. This is bad. We need the Iron Brigade here. Yeah, this is not good. We are being pushed back. The enemy's going to start to come forward. We must hold on to this flag. We've got Rude firing canister from the front. He's almost our front line unit now. We need the Iron Brigade back. Oh, we need Berry back. If we can stick Berry back, we're just going to kind of move him right back to the front. Or we could use the Iron Brigade. Berry's morale is very low, isn't it? Yeah, what's the Iron Brigade doing? Better. We're going to use the Iron Brigade. Let's use the Iron Brigade. Let's bring Berry across to the left-hand side. Let's bring the Iron Brigade, and we're going to put them in front of Edwards. It's a little bit suicidal, but we've got to hold on for 20 more minutes, so we've got to delay this enemy. We can put him in single cover there, which is what we're going to do. So we're going to move him through, put him in single cover, and we're going to have Berry with only 437 men as our reserve division now. So the gun's still managing to fire. Our resupply truck's empty, so we're just going to send that off map. As the enemy continues to bear down. Of course, the enemy's taking lots of damage, but you can see by the red bar across the top we're still outnumbered, probably 2 to 1 or slightly more at the moment. We managed to rout one of those sets of units, which is going to help a little bit. So the Iron Brigade are in the thick of it now. They will break quite soon, but it's all about delay, delay, delay. And actually the enemy don't seem to be able to push forward. We have actually managed to rout O'Neill as well now. So, yeah. Looking a little bit better because we've managed to make a little bit of a hole in their front line here, so they're unable to push forward quite as well, but they're really pushing on our left. Just as I say that, they break and we need to bury into position, and in fact we've completely lost that division. That division has routed completely from the field, so our only people we've got on the left now is Berry, and he's up against Everson, who's trying to flank us. We've got a leader there, we've got Pettigrew, Ramsar and Lane. This is not good, not good. So I'm going to bring Edwards across to here, I think. That means just the Iron Brigade at the front, 6 minutes to hold. This is really tight, but I want Edwards on this flank, ready to take over from Berry. Okay, the Iron Brigade holding incredibly well at the front there, although we did break that little hole in their line, which has helped. So Edwards is in position. We'll move him forward a little bit so that he's just ready to take over if, or should I say when, Berry breaks. You can see his morale down, 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 and he breaks, and into position goes Edwards. We're there with the timers at 0, so we just need this battle to end so we can get some reinforcements or move on in some way, and we will be proceeding to the next day. Wow, so we just about hold on to Cemetery Ridge, and I need to take a little bit of a break, so I think we're going to continue with the Battle of Gettysburg, moving on to day 2 in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please do give me a like if you did, and I'll see you in the next one.